Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, the Pete Kane Podcast Show and Podcast Pete here with a cool topic, at least for me, and I want to see if it means anything to our community. I call it, I've always said journaling on purpose, but this kind of sets a better tone, I think. Creating a joyful journaling mindset. Creating a joyful journaling mindset. My top 3 joys that I learned around my podcasting journey. I want to share them with you because it has been an absolute surprise to me because I was never a writer. I was never a journaler. The only time I would journal was when I was in dark times. Growing up dyslexic and ADD, it's a weird combination, but I would misspell probably 40% of my words in a sentence. And I remember somebody said, well, just look it up in the dictionary. This is way back when, before anything else. You got to know the first word, the first letter of the word to find it. And when you couldn't even figure that out, you were going to get a good spelling. Plus, it was very slow, and I was always rushing because ADD is the active brain. Dyslexia is the complex brain. And until you learn how to channel it, it is a curse. At least it was for me. So let's talk about it. First thing it did, this surprised me incredibly. It was like a thunderbolt. It built my self-awareness. Never had that to the degree that journaling accomplished. Now, let me explain. Having a stroke 3 years ago, you have plenty of time after the stroke to think, like all the time, because you're not moving. When you're not moving, you can't do anything. So the only thing you can do is think. So plenty of thinking time gave me a little bit of that self-awareness, but it was just there because I'm trying to get that left side moving, trying to eat, trying to get out of bed, trying to walk, trying to shower, trying to go to the bathroom, trying to put on a shirt, trying everything to learn over again. Because when you lose your left side, because your right brain gets affected, it really affects your whole body. Because I don't know what the scientific thing is, but half of the body affects the way the other half works. It's kind of weird. I didn't know it, of course, but it did. My plumbing is still messed up. I don't have to really intentionally work on the flow. And it will never be to the point that I was 12 days without getting that flow. And the pain that it brought, I'll never forget. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced. Sharp, consistent pain. So I kind of know what it's like, I'm just saying to birth as a guy. And when I did birth after 12 days, it was weird. My diaper filled. So that's another subject for another day. Let's get back to journaling. Okay. Joyful journaling, that first is self-awareness. The second, it really created clarity because I journaled when I was in dark spots, And you always heard do a gratification journal. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. When you're in the middle of it, you want instant. You want that ping, it's going to just pop, and that day is going to be magically better. Takes time. Consistently doing that will work for sure. But I wanted it right away because when you're in a dark time, it's not. It's kind of like when you're in the middle of the storm, you're just trying to get through the storm, but you don't know how. You don't know how long it's going to last. So that mindset really drags you down. So I had a friend that we were talking about journaling, and he had a breakup, and he wrote, and I said, have you read? I don't know. We got into the subject of reading our old journals. And he said, I can't read it because it was a tough time that he went through. And I know what he's saying because I've yet to look at my old journals because it was a difficult time. Don't really want to be reminded of that. Only that I am where I am because of what I have done over the last 3 years. That joyful journaling has created clarity in my future. It's created clarity in my day, clarity in my week, clarity. I journal. I probably have 15 plus journals full. I journal morning, during the day, at night, because it helps me to get that clarity. In the morning, it's reflecting on the day before, what I'm looking forward to the day of, and getting those thoughts out. We have so much information that gets bottled up in this thing. And if the more we activate the writing part of it, it activates clarity thinking. And when you do that, and you do it for a period of time, and you start seeing that clarity that you've never had before, it's like, I will never not journal. When I was at Overture, I moved out in September. So this is like 24. So I was there for about almost 2 years, and it's 55 and older. And its average age there would say 80. People move in there, they just don't want to move. So they stay there. And there was a gym. I was on the 4th floor, and there was a gym down, of course, on the 1st floor. Every day, I had stacked all these habits. And one of the key parts of that stacking was the journaling habit. So when I woke up, I drank my water to hydrate, and then I started writing. And I'd write, then I'd take a break, and then I would check in with my team if that was that time. No, I'm sorry. Then I would go down to the gym, listening to my Growth Day 5 to Thrive, and just biking and learning. And what happened after that, I would get my cup of coffee to keep everything flowing. Water, coffee, movement, everything moves. And then I would journal. I would think, journal, plan, and implement. Think, journal, plan, and implement. And when you do that, you stack all those habits. I didn't want to ever miss that journaling part of it. So I didn't want to miss the coffee part of it, the thinking part of it. The journaling gave me clarity from what I learned the previous day and what the day was going to bring. Because after I would journal, I would start planning. And then after the planning aspect, it's implementing and almost make it a game. If you saw my planners, you would think he's a geek. He's a productivity geek. I write the 3 wins every day. I write what I'm excited about the day. I use Brendan Burchard's planner. It's right here. Maybe I can show it to you. Can't really see it. Okay. But it's a bigger journal. Here, maybe this way. Let me see. Uh, yeah, it's not working. Okay. Anyway, you can get it. You can get it from Amazon. But anyway, getting back to the clarity second piece. The third one that I discovered was it created better self of the future self. So it helped to grow that vision of what I wanted to do because I was clear. I had good self-awareness, and it helped to grow because I think I've heard it numerous times. The last time I heard it is from the shark, Robert Hervack. And he talked about if he had to do it over again, what would he do different? And he said, have a bigger vision. So when we're in life, we have these limiting thoughts. I've tried that before. I can't do it. I tried that. But what he was saying was he would put that bigger vision because we talk about the magic is in you and anything's possible. Well, you are the magic. An investment in you is magical. And when you implement journaling, joyful journaling, you're working on this. Even though you're writing it down in your journal. I have these journals. I can do this one. ALO. Oops. ALO. ALO. Shannon Causey, wonderful person. So they sponsor one of our long live events, and she provided a journal for all our people. So I have a lot of orange journals that I filled up. I fill up the big one, I fill up the small one, and I'll go on the porch in the afternoon and I'll just write. Instead of watching TV, I write. I journal. And the average person watches 4 hours of TV and scrolls 2 hours of social media. So if you look at 6 hours a day, you're consuming other people's lives. What if you took half of that time and you started creating your life? Better self-awareness, better clarity, and a bigger vision of your future self, because you are the magic and anything is possible. Journaling has been the key for me. Never knew it, never would have thought it, never would have guessed it. I use and if I say it, it'll start talking. I use the Amazon app. You know what I mean? Begins with an A, Lexis. And I use Siri to spell words. So I don't get stuck on thinking of a word, which I always did growing up. Always. Now, technology has helped me to flow better with my writing. So when I'm journaling and I hit a word that I don't know what the spelling is of it, the A's, it's just the brain thinks differently. Flunked English in high school, 2 failed attempts at Virginia Tech. So I wasn't a scholar. I never got an A, ever, never. So, so those that got the A's, great. It wasn't me. So I flunked probably more things. No, I didn't. But I did fail my fair share. Failed high school. So I did graduate later. Summer school. So the one thing I want you to let me see if I can put that up here. Yeah, the habits of journaling can transform your life. The three C's. Create your self-awareness. C. Create clarity and create a better dynamo into three. I did this before, but so I said, I have three C's. It's not really three C's now, but it's the joy of journaling. And the best thing that has happened for me, and I'll put it up here. Now I'm going to commercialize because I want to invest you to invest in yourself. They have the 5 to Thrive Growth Day. It's a Netflix of personal development. It's taking a daily shower of personal development with Growth Day. And by going to pkane.me/growth day, you get access to it for 7 days. Try it out. Try a daily shower of personal development. Journal. Score yourself. Have access to the learning library. The high performance habits, which are clarity, energy, hold on here. Man, this is where my stroke took out some of that stuff. Okay, clarity, energy, let me look. Clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. Clarity, energy, productivity, and influence. Those five habits are the essential building blocks to your life. You master those. And I'm a high performance coach, so we do 12 sessions with people. And those sessions are the framework that has made Brenda Bouchard the top of the top. I mean, if you want to hire him to do the same framework, you better have $1 million because that's his fee. So if you don't have $1 million and have a little bit less, talk to us. It's a different story. If you don't know where you're going, you need some help. Everybody needs coaching. High performance coaching is the best. I've been coached 4 separate times by a high performance coach because it works. You get transformations. So if you want a strategy session with us, go to pkane.me/SS. But until then, Growth Day, 7 days free, 5 to Thrive, Library of Learning, your journaling, your challenges. There's 5 challenges in there. There's a clarity challenge. There's a confidence challenge. And there's Mel Robbins has a high five challenge. Anthony Trucks has a challenge. So you have access to those challenges. You could take a 5-day challenge, do the 7 days, have the 5 to Thrive, get access to the High Performance Habits It's a $300 program. Get access to that foundation. Start journaling, written and digital. I do both. Because I speak to text, but I write too because of just what it does for my brain. The joy of journaling. Build self-awareness, create clarity, and create that better future for yourself. That vision grows with journaling. Hope this was helpful. If this is something that you would like, and you take the Growth Day 7-day experience, and you take the 5-day challenge, send us a support ticket because we'll send you our mindset goals and habits. Mine, actually. So I wish you the very best. Be bold, make a difference, and have fun.